The second verse is taking a look at changing states of matter from the liquid state to the solid state and from the liquid state to the gas state. So the first three lines: water, a fluid at the liquid state, a freezing point of under 32 degrees will make it solid. So let's just take it from there. So water is a fluid, and the particles are free and moving around, so that creates a fluid, and you can put that fluid in a container and it'll take the shape, it'll spread out to take the shape of that specific container. And just like ice had a melting point, things have melting points, most things have melting points, water and most things also have freezing points, and water's freezing point is under 32 degrees, so 32 degrees and under. So just like its melting point was 32 degrees or higher, or really higher than 32 degrees, its melting point is under 32 degrees. So that is when that's when the particles will get cold and energy will start releasing from the particle. They'll slow down, and eventually under 32 degrees it'll eventually become a solid, and those particles will stop moving and they'll get into a fixed pattern, becoming ice. So here's how we're going to demonstrate that. So water, we're back to being water, a fluid at a liquid state, so that's what that's where we're at right now. A freezing point of under 32 degrees will make it solid. So it's getting cold, let's say it's 25 degrees. So it's cold, under 32 degrees will make it solid. So we become a solid. Right. So the second part, or we can boil it and watch it evaporate. See all those bubbles filled with gas, that's water vapor, we can watch it escape. Perfect. So now we're talking about taking a liquid to the gas state. So, or we can boil it. So we've all boiled water before, and what you see when it starts boiling, you see these bubbles coming up from the bottom, and that's the liquid speeding up. That's the particles. Those particles have sped up so fast that they become little bubbles of gas, and then gas goes to the top of the water, and then it gets released, and that's water vapor. Water vapor is released from those little bubbles as they reach the surface, and they get released out into the atmosphere. So see all those bubbles filled with gas, that's water vapor, and then that water vapor is escaping, as well as some of the water on top of you see the steam coming off, so that's evaporation and vaporization happening. So here's how we're going to demonstrate this part. Or we say we'll make a solid, or we can boil it like we have a boiling pan of water here, and we use our fingers to show the little bubbles, so we can boil it and watch it evaporate. See all those bubbles filled with gas? That's water vapor. We can watch it escape. So the water vapor from these bubbles escapes. So let's try the whole verse together slowly. So water, a fluid at the liquid state, a freezing point of under 32 degrees will make it solid, or we can boil it and watch it evaporate. See all those bubbles filled with gas? That's water vapor. We can watch it escape. And then we can point at some molecule or some particles of water vapor going on up there. Right, all right, so let's try it with the song. The states of matter cycle all around. Water, a fluid at the liquid state, a freezing point of under 32 degrees will make it solid, or we can boil it and watch it evaporate. See all those bubbles filled with gas, that's water vapor, we can watch it escape. Woo! If energy is entered... Great, let's try it again. The states of matter cycle all around. Water, a fluid at the liquid state, a freezing point of under 32 degrees will make it solid, or we can boil it and watch it evaporate. See all those bubbles filled with gas, that's water vapor, we can watch it escape. Woo! If energy is... So that is the second verse.